What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're doing another prediction series, but this time, not for free agency, but for the draft. So free agency is definitely slowing down, and I actually had some videos on my predictions for free agency. You guys can check those out. I would not suggest checking them out because, let's just say they didn't go too well. But if you guys want to see them, you can. At this point, it really doesn't matter, though. As free agency slows down, I thought this would be a good way to get ready for the draft, which is about a month away. And with the Lions having 9 picks, that's 9 videos. Plus, if we trade back, that's more videos. So there's a lot that goes into this, and if you guys support the heck out of this, that would be awesome, because that would mean I will keep doing this throughout the entire draft, pick by pick. So yeah, I didn't want to do this all in one video. I felt like it would kind of mess it up and make things too confusing. I need to know what the Lions are getting in return if we make a trade. Everything has to be more specific. I need to explain to you guys why I think this pick will happen. And keep in mind, these aren't necessarily the picks that I think will happen. I don't know if we did the intro yet or not. If we didn't run the intro, if we did, stay here. Okay, anyways, let's talk about this. So these aren't the picks that I want the Lions to make necessarily. This is the pick that I think they should make. This is what I think the Lions will make. So I'm predicting what the Lions will do. Now, the Detroit Lions sit at the number 3 pick in the NFL draft this season in the first round. And this is kind of a weird spot to sit. It's a great spot to sit, honestly, because there's so many prospects that are going to be available. Simmons and Okudah seem like they're going to be available. However, things could change. We know the Redskins. We know number 1, Joe Burrow's going. Let's just get that out of the way. Joe Burrow's going to the Bengals. Now, at number 2 is where people say Lions are going to start draft. I think at this point, the Redskins are going to be starting the draft. The Redskins have a lot of different options, and Chase Young seems like the pick that's going to be made. However, as we get closer to the draft, I think there's more scenarios coming up where, well, maybe they don't do that. Maybe they trade back. Maybe they take someone else. Maybe they don't take Chase Young. And if they don't take Chase Young, then obviously he would be available for us unless someone trades up with the Redskins to take him, which could be like the Giants or something like that, or someone that needs an edge rusher. So at number 2, the odds, I would say the odds are Chase Young still goes to the Redskins. However, with them losing Quentin Dunbar during a trade, they could go get a guy like Jeffrey Okudah, who they may believe is the best player in the draft. Some people think he's the best player in the draft, and I'm okay with that. If they take Okudah, obviously it changes some things. They could go with an offensive lineman now, trade back, maybe take an offensive lineman because they're going to lose Trent Williams, and we know that in this draft, all first-round offensive linemen are pretty much tackles, so they could do that as well. They have tons of options. They could take Simmons, which I don't think they will. They just have a lot of options. If Chase Young is available at 3, the Lions, in my opinion, have to take him. However, I don't know if the Lions will take him at number 3, even though that's probably a little bit of a mistake in my opinion. Now, this is exactly what I think the Lions will do. And the reason this is so hard is because I don't know what the Redskins are going to do. Like, if we knew for sure, like the Bengals, okay, they're going to take this guy, then there we go. So you could assume they're going to take Chase Young, but we don't know for sure. We'll assume that the guy I'm selecting, obviously, is going to be available. So here's what I think the Detroit Lions will do in this year's draft. So at the number 3 picks, the Detroit Lions will trade back. That's right. The Detroit Lions will move that 3 pick. I don't think they want to take anybody at 3. Bob Quinn has always talked about trading back and acquiring more picks. We just really haven't been in a great position to do that. This season, we are in a phenomenal position that depending on who you want in the draft, if it's not Chase Young, trading back is a very viable option, and I think the Detroit Lions will do that, and they trade back to number 6. My prediction is they trade back with the Chargers. Now, the Dolphins sit at 5, and that's been a team that we've talked about a lot, trading back with the Dolphins, acquiring 5 and 26 or 5 and 18, something like that, acquiring, a second first-round pick. That's what we've talked about a lot. However, I think the Chargers are the team that trade up. Looking at the Chargers right now, the Chargers are a team that's been in a lot of talks for trading up for a quarterback. If you just look up Chargers, you can find a lot of mock drafts where they trade up for a quarterback. I think that the Chargers are interested in a quarterback in the first round. Now, which quarterback are they interested in? I actually personally think the Dolphins are interested more in Justin Herbert. And why? Because I don't think they want Tua to sit for a year. Tua is expected to sit for a year. That is the thought process. So we're going to sit Tua, and Tua's not going to play his first year. That's what his agent says is best for him. Don't play him his first year. Let him sit. Dolphins really aren't in a position to have that happen. Who is in that position? That's the Chargers. The Chargers are in that position because they have Tyrod Taylor. And Tyrod Taylor is going to be most likely their starter next season. But because they are trading up, they are going to be able to acquire a quarterback, and that guy is Tua Tagovailoa. The Chargers will trade up to get Tua at number 3. And because of Tyrod Taylor, they're able to sit him. Now, if he has to come in for some reason, they probably could. But I do believe Tyrod Taylor will start at quarterback, and Tua Tagovailoa will be the backup. So that's why the Chargers will trade up, and the Dolphins will sit there and wait at 5, hoping that Justin Herbert falls in their lap. Because Justin Herbert can come in and play right away, and that's exactly what the Dolphins need. So the Chargers trade up to go get Tua Tagovailoa. Now, what did they give us? That's the second question, and this is important because when we do our next videos, we have to know what we got in return. Well, the Lions received their 6th pick, which is their first-round pick, and we received their second-round pick, which I believe is number 37, and we received some future picks, some 2021 picks. See, the Chargers are not like the Dolphins, where they have the luxury of giving away multiple picks this season. The Chargers are in a position where if they're trying to trade up, they're going to have to give away future picks. And I know the Lions' future picks aren't going to help them this season. However, that is bait for Detroit Lions to possibly trade those picks away from future years to acquire more picks this season. The Lions could do that, and I think they will by acquiring some picks from the Chargers here. So Detroit Lions will receive number 6 and number 37, a 2021 second-round pick, and a 2021 fifth-round pick. That's what the Lions will get from the Charger, all just for number 3. So the Lions are moving back. They didn't want a quarterback anyways, but because the Chargers were trying to make sure that the Dolphins didn't take their guy in Tua, because that's been a lot of the talks, they jump ahead of the Dolphins and take Tua. At number 4 is the Giants. I have a feeling they're going to take Isaiah Simmons, unless Young is there. I think they're going to go with Isaiah Simmons. Then number 5, the Dolphins are going to take Justin Herbert because they need an instant quarterback. And at number 6, the Detroit Lions are on the clock. And now I don't know who's available right now. Obviously, if Chase Young was there, I would have taken him. I would have probably taken Simmons. I'm a big Simmons fan. Now, I'm assuming that both these guys are probably going to be gone. But the one guy that's not going to be gone is the guy the Detroit Lions are going to select.
With the 3rd pick.
And that's Jeffrey Okudah. The Detroit Lions, at number 6, select Jeffrey Okudah, the cornerback out of Ohio State. Again, this is a prediction, so don't think, oh, you want Jeffrey Okudah? No. I'm saying this is what I think the Lions will do. They will acquire 6, 37, 2021 second-round pick, and a 2021 fifth-round pick. And if you think that's too much, it's not. Think about it. Sam Darnold, when the Jets tried to trade for Sam Darnold, they had to give away 2 second-round picks. I think they're going to have to give away a little bit more because the Lions sit at 3 and they're moving back 3 spots. Because of that, the Detroit Lions selected Jeffrey Okudah at 6. I think this is a guy that they've had a plan to get at for a long time now. Unless Jeffrey Okudah went number 2 to the Redskins, or they were really concerned about someone else taking him like at number 4. But because the Giants went out and got James Bradbury, and he's going to be available past 4, and if the Redskins pass on him, then I think the Lions are in that position where they want to trade back. They want to acquire Jeffrey Okudah and multiple picks, and that's exactly what they do. So they're going to pair Jeffrey Okudah with Desmond Trufant, Amani Oruwariye, Justin Coleman. And Jeffrey Okudah, who is looked at as supposed to be the best cornerback by far in this draft, a guy that should be a future Pro Bowler, who should be one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL pretty much right away. He should be an immediate impact type of player. Will start either at the number 1 or number 2 corner. I'm going to say the number 2 he'll start, but I think he could work his way to the number 1 spot on the depth chart across from Desmond Trufant. Then your depth guy will be Amani, who at some point will take over as the number 2 when Desmond Trufant gets a little bit older and his contract expires in 2 years, which it does. Amani will take over that 2. He'll be with Jeffrey Okudah, and Justin Coleman will be your slot. And then at that time, you'll have a pretty young core. I don't know if Justin Coleman will still be on the deal. I think he'll have 1 year left on his deal, or maybe you'll have to re-sign him. It'll just be a different slot at that point. I'm not sure, but this is what I think the Lions will do. I think the Lions go with Jeffrey Okudah. I think they're concerned about the Darius Slay loss, but they understand they acquired picks, and they're going to use the 3rd-round pick they acquired and the 5th-round pick to go with other needs. But at this spot, I think the Detroit Lions go with Jeffrey Okudah. Again, this is a prediction. This is my prediction of what the Lions will do in this draft. This is my first one. This is my round 1 prediction. Detroit Lions now have 37, Jeffrey Okudah, and a couple of future picks. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. What do you think the Lions will do in the first round? Thank you, Prod, for watching, and I'm out.